I'm on Shawnigan Lake Road walking southbound, and here's the Shawnigan Lake Road E&N Bridge with the stone abutments from the quarry at Cobble Hill. I'm going to cross under carefully and then climb up and walk southbound on the railway looking for the last spike. It should be about 2 to 3 kilometers. And here I am on top. I actually didn't need to cross under the bridge because the stone abutment made a nice little staircase for me. So here I go southbound, where I haven't been before walking. I'm assuming this will just be a nice autumn scene. And then at Cliffside, where the last spike is, I'm expecting to see a bit of extra space where there used to be a siding because Cliffside Station was there. And who knows if there's some foundation still left from the station. And then the cairn for the last spike with the plaque or whatever from 100 years later in 1986. And I guess the cairn goes back to 1886. So we'll get some good photographs of that when I get there. But for now, walking southbound from Shawnigan Lake Road. Ties on the side of the tracks. And part of the trail system around here. Coming up to a backyard or a play field. And then there's homes. And there's a sports field. This is the nice spot to stop for a photo. Curve, leaves, ferns, what more could you want? Here's one of those mysterious curves. But I'm walking through, so I actually get to find out what is around the corner. I don't think it's going to be the last spike yet. And we break into a little bit of a straightaway. Okay. And here's mile 26. I'm heading south. Last spike is supposed to be mile 25. So that's 1 mile. That means it's like 1.6 kilometers or so. So about 20 minutes of walking for me on this railway. So I soldier on. And continuing southbound between miles 26 and 25. Another nice curve in a rock cut. If I stop to enjoy the scenery at all of these, I'm never going to get to the last spike, stop, space, whatever you call it. But this is so beautiful. I'm not sure how beautiful this is out the window of a dayliner. Well, I did it once, and with everything close by like this on either side, things are just zipping by, even at bud car speed. So really it's just a blur, a green and red blur. So right now, to see this kind of scenery, maybe walking is the best way at the moment for all this fine detail. I'm looking north. Here's one of those filled in grades with a gully, crossing a gully, and so there's a big drop off on either side of the grade, a curve, and I'm wondering if this is one of the places where there would have been a trestle originally with the original line, and then filled in sometime by the early 20th century. It's quite possible, or they filled it in from the beginning, but I'm assuming they just built trestles at the start. The endless curves. We really are cliffside. As we head southward past Shawnigan Lake. Nice carpet of moss. Oh, very lush. And now the curves are going to the right. Some proof that we're on the south coast of BC. It's an arbutus tree. I always smile when I see those. It reminds me that I'm home, where I love to be. So here's the straightaway looking south at Cliffside, and I'm coming up to the Cairn for the last spike, walking in the shadows of 1886. Nice straightaway. And looking north. And the mile 25 marker is high on a pole further past the Cairn. Well, it only took me 51 years of living on Vancouver Island to find this spot. Here's the bench, Cairn, and the milepost marker. We'll go closer. Let's take a closer look. And we got some ATVs up on the hill. Hearing motorized sound on the track always makes me quickly think, uh-oh, a train? No. August 13th, 1886. Last spike on E&N Railway, driven here by Sir John A. Macdonald. And 100 years later, August 13th, 1986, this plaque commemorates the centennial of the driving of the last spike on the Esquimalt and Nanaimo Railway. And then they show it in French. They didn't show it in French on the original. I just noticed the additional word added to the bottom line. People have opinions, they just don't have to deface a historical plaque. That's what Facebook's for. So from behind the cairn, here's the view. Alright, a bit of exploration now as I'll walk 100 meters or so south in search of the possible site of the Cliffside Station. This is a nice straightaway location. Nice spot for a ceremony in 1886. just hard to get to for walking. 3 kilometers roughly each way from the Shawnigan Lake Railway Bridge. There is a Cliffside Road which comes up on the right somewhere down here, but from my Google Maps research I wasn't able to determine if it was all private property at the top of the road and so there would be no access, or whether there was access. Doesn't matter, I've enjoyed the walk along the railway track. Well, I'm walking north now, and I didn't find any conclusive or any sign at all of the location of the old Cliffside station. I did see some big no trespassing signs on any trails that went down the slope, which tells me I made the right choice in coming in the way I did from Shawnigan Lake Road Bridge. Alright, approaching mile 25 from the south. From this view, you can't really see the Cairn until you're actually right up on it. Mile 25. Okay, so that's it for me at the last spike at mile 25 at Shawnigan Lake. And now it's time to head back north for, I don't know, about 3 kilometers or so, a mile and a half, something like that, to Shawnigan Lake Bridge, where the railway crosses over Shawnigan Lake Road. And now the sun has come out, finally, so I get to see things in lovely sunshine, perhaps, on my way back. But time to walk now, slowly, with a bit of pain, but happy pain. I think I've done a good job of photo documenting the cairn and the plaque and the location. Now it's time to walk. Just walk on by. Walking northbound between mile 25 and 26 at a spot where I think very well could have originally had a trestle here that might have been later filled in and into the grade that we have now, which is high above the land on either side. Just speculation. Sure is pretty. Mileposts are good for motivation. They tell me I'm making progress. And here I come to mile 26. And my car's, I think, at 26.8. So that's okay. Just keep on moving. Alright, let's continue on northward. Easier to walk beside the rails. Here comes one of the nicest curve areas I've seen today. Here comes something. Okay, that was interesting. Wheels perfect in the middle of the rails. Here's the back end of a lodge or a school. There's the lake. Let's do some more walking. I'm thinking that is probably a private school now. I'll figure out what it is from Google Maps and put it up as a subtitle. Okay, so coming up to the bridge at what I think from memory is mile 26.8 or so. I'm just walking northward towards it. And we can hear the traffic at Shawnigan Lake Road. This bridge has a low clearance for road traffic, and it's narrow as well, so it's definitely a pinch point on the road. And there's that lovely view with the nice maples. It's time to make my way down. This has been fun.